Hi guys, Chipsoft very recently rebalanced Yellowheart Sunken quarter by increasing the density of the monsters and increasing the experience rate, and it's actually really great for 130-ish EK and probably for some other variations of like low-level sorcerers and druids. So we're going to take a look at it in this video, and just straight up to start with, the results I was able to get on my 168 EK was about 1.6 KK raw. Admittedly, I could feel that the respawn was breaking a little bit around this threshold. So I think maybe 1.5 KK raw is somewhere more of a reasonable value to be able to maintain over the long term of like an hour hunt. But you can definitely peak in 1.6 KK raw per hour. And if you compare this to other popular spots for this sort of level range for an EK, it's actually really good. It's better than Nightmare Scions, it's better than Carlin Cults, it's better than Edron Heroes. It's around similar to Okolnia, the rebalanced Okolnia as well, sitting somewhere about 1.55, 1.6 KK raw. And it's only worse, it's only worse than the really heavy hitters for experience like Ormond West Lurkers and Barkless and Edron Work Creatures. But other than that, really great spot. In addition, it's actually a profit spot, so it's not, crazy profit. And actually in my analyzer, you can see I actually got really lucky. I got a couple of skull helmets at 15 minutes, which is, above expected value, so it's not quite as good. But I think you can expect somewhere about 150k per hour profit. So that's pretty good. It's a great experience spot, which will pay for your imbuements, give you a little bit of a profit on top of it. So what's not to love? In addition to that, you're going to be able to do free bestiaries for 75 points. So it's pretty great. I'm really quite happy with this one. Definitely recommend it. Now, with regards to the starting level, I've put in 130 plus because my EK was 168 when I hunted here. And there were a couple of times where I kind of dropped to half health. But I think if you're quite an experienced player, you know what you're doing, you can probably even start a little bit earlier, somewhere around 100, maybe. If I was starting a new EK, maybe I would try here around level 100 and maybe just a little bit more careful. Probably not going to be able to pull 1.6 at that level, but you can probably start a little bit earlier if you want to. So, moving on. Requirements. You will, like I mentioned, I recommend level 130 plus, maybe a little bit earlier if you want. You will need Yellowheart access. You don't necessarily need the access to Sunken Quarter. You can go around through the Magician Quarter. It's not too bad. But anyway, you will need access to Yellowheart. You'll need your best two-handed physical weapon with 3 imbue slots, and this place can effectively be hunted by pretty much everybody. So I think a knight, obviously it's really great for this level. I think a paladin hunting with diamond arrows at 150 is also going to have pretty good results here, so make sure to check that out. Solo druids or sorcerers I would recommend for level 130 plus. Previously, before the rebalance, you could hunt here on a level 100 mage, but actually with the increased density, these monsters hit a lot. I would not recommend this place anymore for a level 100 mage. I think 130 is probably the minimum you will need, otherwise you'll just get like one shot by 3 quarter predators. With regard to duos, I think a lot of duo combinations will work here. I think somewhere around level 80 you will need. I think a sorcerer druid duo will be quite good here. If you're starting on a new server, for example, if you're starting on a brand new server, you come here and a druid sorcerer duo, I think you'll be able to do some really great profits. There's expensive gold-based items here. Your relic swords, your crown armors, your skull helmets. When Tibia coins are cheap, I think this could be a really, really good spot on new servers for low-level mages. So definitely something to consider. When it comes to full team hunt, I will probably say it's maybe. I don't think it's gonna be that great. Probably not quite enough respawn. And it's going to be overkilling. I think a duo around level 80 is probably the sweet spot for this place, or solo around level 130. Okay, recommended imbuements, all standard for an EK at least, and prioritizing physical protection, as you can see, is basically 94% physical protection. That's basically all of the damage. The 2.4% drown damage is just because I wasn't wearing a helmet of the deep. I was just using my regular imbued helmet, which is obviously considerably better. Moving on, supplies per hour. I used about 1800 strong mana potions per hour. This is 450 in 15 minutes. And I recommend having some ultimates or great health potions as well. I managed to do a 15-minute hunt without using any, but but I did feel that it would have been good to have them in my backpack for some sticky situations. Definitely recommend having at least a few, because if you're surrounded by like 4 Quara Predators, 4 Quara Pinchers, they do actually deal a lot of damage, so you do need to watch out. Charms and Wheel, probably nothing worthwhile mentioning at this level. And the character you'll see in the video is level 169 EK with 117 sword skill, including loyalty. Obviously, that's quite high. But I didn't feel like it made a major difference. Obviously, with like 100 sword skill, you will probably still be making about 100k less raw per hour. So I don't think the sword skill contributed here that much. Those monsters don't have that much health, so it's fine to come here with a lower skilled EK for sure. Now the route is nothing special. It is basically, as you can imagine, just a loop. I usually come in through here. Let me make this a little bit wider so you can see. So I usually come in through here, and I basically do a circle, to be honest. There's like a pull some around here, pull some around here. I will then go up here to +1 from the level 0, and there's like 3 Quara Predators in the special room, so you'll make sure to go up there. Then once you've cleared it, you just go down and you'll usually maybe do a pull some around here, pull some around here. I'll usually do a pull in here, maybe pull in here, and maybe another pull somewhere here, another pull maybe here, 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 and restart. And basically do a nice big loop like that with 10 or 12 pulls. Respawn, like I mentioned, can upkeep somewhere around 1.5 to 1.6 kk raw per hour, at which point it kind of starts breaking, so you're not going to be able to do 2 kk raw here without really breaking the respawn. And yeah, I think this place is really good for a low level EK. Again, looking at those numbers, those Nightmare Silence, Carlin Cult, etc., really great places as is for this kind of level of EK, and this is better, right? So I definitely expect this place to become sort of a meta spot for this sort of level range for an EK. Definitely expect it to be more popular in the future. So good job, Tipsoft, I guess. And maybe the final thing I will say is that this place is a tiny bit annoying due to the low movement speed underwater and to the consistent paralyzers. Maybe something you can consider if you want to hunt here is getting the food from the August summer hot cuisine event, which gives you +100 speed underwater for 24 hours, I believe. This will make it a little bit more comfortable hunting here if you can get those dishes for a reasonable price. On the other hand, I think they might go up a little bit in price due to this exact reason that this spot is actually a lot better now. Anyway, that's all I have for you today, guys. Again, good job to Tipsoft. This place is actually viable now. Definitely recommend you check it out if you're in this level range. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.